What's going on, world? It's your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. I'm here with the one and only writer-director of The Village Keeper, Miss Karen Chapman. How are you?
Nice to meet you, and thanks for having me. Sorry,
Definitely.
we have company today. Hope you don't
No
mind.
worries. Shout out to the little one. I have a little one myself, so I understand. This film, you finally premiered it at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. What are the vibes, I guess, just to start it off, coming off now that the work is out there? As a filmmaker myself, we put all this work into a project, and now finally being it to be available to the people to consume it and hear the message you're trying to say with your work. What is the vibes right now?
It's overwhelming, and I was very, 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 very scared. I don't know why. Screening it for the very first time, but the audience was so wonderful and so welcoming and so locked in, and noticing everything, and it's been wonderful. It's been truly wonderful.
I love it. Well, I'm actually kind of watching it right now. I watched The Measure earlier today, your short film that this was based on, and now I'm going through the film right now and connecting on so many levels. As a son of immigrants, I'm Filipino, and having friends from Sierra Leone next door, and Guyana, which is the roots where you're from, and what these families represented in this film are. There's just so many things. They're just so universal, and it's such a connective tissue there that I think when other people see this, they're going to so feel seen, but also just those heartbreaks that we as immigrants go through, and as families, especially as Black families. What was it like adapting Measure, which I'm an empath too, so that just hit me on so many levels, so subtly. And now Empath is doing Village Keeper is doing very much the same. What was it like adapting Measure into Village Keeper?
It was, it was a wonderful, so I wrote the film, the feature first. And so when I got into school, the Canadian Film Center at the same time. And so Measure, the short film, was an opportunity to mess around in the world of the feature film and to kind of examine our locations. And it was invaluable, frankly. But it was great. It was like a training ground for the bigger film, in a sense, and a challenge to tell a story in the same milieu of the feature. And so it's a great short story, but again, it has a big impact for sure.
Definitely mess me up, Karen, is what you did. I was like, we started going okay, yeah, this is gonna mess me up. So Village Keeper, the expanded version of what we got from Measure that came out first, and now it's connecting with the people, hoping wider distribution, fingers crossed. And so when that energy happens, let me know. I want to blast it to the people. So you now putting out the full feature now, and the messages that you're telling there, why is it so important for you, and how has it been with working with and assembling this cast? I have so many questions. I have too many questions going on at the same time, firing off in my head. Let's start there. Just the message of adapting. So finally having the full feature out, and now having that full story be told.
Sure. I mean, I come from documentary. This was the very first narrative thing I'd ever written. And so I had no blueprint. I did not necessarily know what I was doing. And I'm a strong believer that just because you've never done something does not mean you can't do it. We see people fail forward all the time. And so I'm an artist. And so that means failing forward and trying. Like my co-producer is Filipino. He's never made a film before either. And so we just decided that this is what we were going to do, and we made it happen. And so on the flip side, our lead, Olanike Adelier, she actually is a trained actor. And so she helped to balance us out in terms of just acting chops, just she's a seasoned actor. Maxine Simpson is a retired nurse, never picked up a script before in her life before this. She plays grandma. And so we wanted to have elements of reality in the film, but obviously for it to feel like it's of the caliber of a well-acted movie. And so we were able to kind of balance both worlds really, really well. And Olu was a massive leader on set, just in terms of acting for the crew and for the cast.
Amazing. And it looks amazing. You did it. I love, we just got to put our step in feet first and just go for it. Like you said, this kind of centers around a Toronto town, an area. How has the local scene connected with it? And did you showcase it to anybody from your area? And how do they feel? How's this story connected with people and representing that area? And what have you heard back on that?
Definitely. So Toronto, Canada, because we have a lot of film crews here from the States and from all over the world. They come and shoot here. Toronto does not often play itself. Like in Deadpool, it's shot in Vancouver, but you would never know it's Vancouver. You know what I mean? So the city very rarely plays itself. And I really wanted to show the city and to show that, just like most cities, we have places that are quite wealthy and places that aren't necessarily wealthy. And I really wanted to play with themes of poverty and a home and wealth, and what does it look like to live in different kinds of homes, and I wanted to feel familiar. Like the moment you walk in the house, like you coming down the hall and you smell something, your mom's making your favorite. Like what do those things look like? What are those things manifest in visual ways? And so we wanted to show that throughout the city, you have to travel, and that means you're on the subway. You take the subway, you take the train, you take the bus, and you get off the train, then you take another bus, and then you've got to go where you're going. And in this time of solitude, where you're around a lot of strangers in this public place, you're off in your own world. And so we just wanted to kind of emulate real life in a way that felt familiar, to navigate the city that feels familiar. Not everyone has a car. What does that mean? That means sometimes it takes 2 hours to get to work. Then you take the train again to get to your next job. And so what do all of those things mean? And yeah, we're really, really proud that we were able to kind of showcase the city this way. For the most part, people thought that it was like Scarborough, which is it has a lot of new immigrants, a lot of people that are newcomers to the city, a lot of apartment buildings, a lot of homes, and communities that are like brown and black and Asian, and it does not look white. It pockets, but not for the most part. So the second that we're on screen, everyone's like, oh, that's Scarborough. It's like, no, people live in pockets of the city, and there's pockets of wealth and pockets of poverty throughout. But how does that change our perception of class and wealth, and who has and who doesn't?
Definitely. Well, I think because the way it just looks so authentic, it just reads that we all connect with it. And I can't wait for everybody else to connect with it. I can't wait for us to have a full distribution date, because I want to promote, check it out this date. But kudos and sending virtual flowers to you right now, Karen. Just a great film. You hit me as an empath at all the right spots. And I know it will connect with so many others. You can't tell this is your first film. You are amazing. I can't wait to see more what you're going to do. You're with Fella, who my man, Director X, who's a friend, is amazing. You guys, everyone there is so talented, and you are so talented. And everybody, check out Village Keeper, hopefully soon when it drops everywhere. Karen, you're the best. Thank you for your time. And appreciate you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Definitely. Everybody, Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World, Karen Chapman, go see Village Keeper. Hopefully, when it gets so much more distribution, I'll have links in the description below so you can check out Karen Chapman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Get in here.
What happened?
Tristan punched a kid in the face.
This Tristan?
May I go to my room now?
The other kid's parents won't press charges because they caught their kid in a lie. No, you can't go anywhere. You're gonna stand right there.
Tristan, your grandma made chicken curry.
No thanks.
I made this one. You can have it.
I said no!
Tristan! You can't tell me how to feel. I know what I saw.
Everything is always about you, huh?
I'll clean it up.
Where is all this anger coming from? I never raised you to put your hand on anyone. Get up, go to your room. You're making it worse.
Hello, Karen.
Hey, Patrick.
How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh, definitely. Thank you for your time. Awesome.
I like your background.
Oh, gotta support. Awesome. I'm gonna count us in to help me with my edit real quick.
Sure.
All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.